Let's fold into easy pose now. This is definitely a root chakra pose, the Padmasana or easy legs, whatever works for your body. And taking your dominant hand, first two fingers to your third eye, and practicing alternate side breathing, closing the right side of the nose. Inhale from the left. Exhale right. Repeating left to right. Determined and steady breath. Relaxing as much else as you can. Once more this way, left side, right side. Navel towards the spine, support yourself with your core, and then starting right and exhaling left for 5 times. Some determination to clear out the breathing channels. The idea here is to bring balance and to clear and free the central channel of the body. One more time. When that breath is complete, breathe through both sides and touch your third eye with all of your fingertips. It's the center of your forehead. Ask again for your brain to soften into that calming place. Sit up tall, breathe in. Breathe out gently, slide your hands down your jawline to meet at your heart and rest there into the body. Breathing in. And then weave your fingers together in the gesture of new beginnings called the Ushas Mudra. And just rest your hands comfortably in your lap. Just lean back a little bit. Relax in your seat. Close your eyes. And think about the center line of your body as you breathe. From the root up to the crown and back again. And just noticing where you feel energy in your body. The brain might be a really active spot, remembering to try to keep resting the brain at the third eye center. Gently observe your throat. With your eyes closed, just feel it, maybe swallow. Feel your sacrum. Notice what happens when you ask yourself to pay attention. And this gesture helps us with our root chakra. So let's move to there. The perineum, that center of the bottom of our torso. The torso, a container of our breath and energy. Move up to your heart with your awareness. What do you feel there? Exhale into your belly center. And the last one, the very top of your head. Sit up tall and reach up for it a little bit with your height. And then exhale, lean back into your hands for heart lifting pose. Bend your elbows, stretch your chest, lift your heart. Lift your feet off the floor and do some scissoring movement, gradually straightening your legs to any degree, and then go back down, Cross, cross, bend knees, get closer and fold and back in. Come to forward fold. Whatever feels good here, just as deeply as your body likes. Respecting your knees, your hips, your spine, everything. Some deep breaths into the back body. Arms really reach. Take 2 more breaths. Head down. Feel your belly draw back. Exhale. Pull your hands in to sit up. Release your legs to Malasana, where we have feet together and knees apart again, but with the feet flat on the floor-ish. Try to ground your inner feet. Bring your arms through and press your palms together so your upper arm bones and shins meet. And there is a forward energy with the heart here for 5. Creating that steady rhythm of breathing, even waves. Reach your arms forward, twice more breathing. Try to grow, reach through your head and your hands. Last time. And release to standing forward fold. Give yourself a moment to transition, keeping the hands and the feet on the floor. So there might be some bending in the knees to accommodate that. Have a moment to arrive, draw your belly up, your head down, and breathe 5 times, earthing. You can see your big toes and the roots of your big toes. And then soften your eyes and just feel the energetic quality. And that's going to be personal for you. Taking 1 more of your breaths. Feel that groundedness. Mindfully stand up. Feet hip distance apart. Bring your shoulders back and down. Arms into your body. Mountain pose. Adding upward arms. So try to keep your whole rib cage grounded. Reach your arms, shoulders down. So we anchor into the belly center in this pose. 5 breaths. Urdhva Hastasana, upward hand pose. Strong like a mountain. With 1 more breath. See if you can grow. And then when you exhale, release your arms down. Top third of the mat. In Ayurveda, the sun is associated with the root chakra. Sun salutation, simple A variation. Inhale, reach up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach down, 2, 3, 4, 5. We bring the movement together with that count of the breath. Stretch to extend. Slowly breathe out to go back to your plank or chaturanga, adding the elbow bend. Inhale, press the arms straight. Slowly breathe in as you lengthen your front body, your chin. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5 to downward dog. And here we just take up a rhythmic breath. First, refine anything you need to. If it's feeling really difficult, you might be too spread out between your hands and feet. Maybe step your feet in a little closer. Uplift in the belly. Another place to help the brain rest into the third eye center. Feeling the vibration of the breath right there. Exhale, long spine. Returning to that inhale, step into half lift, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forward fold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Standing up, breathing in. Match your movement and your slow inhalation. And exhale, bring your arms back into your body. Feel complete, take a breath. So we're really stretching our breath and finding the spaces in this work here. Disciplining movement. Second time, grow into that upward reach. And then fold, taking the length with you from that reach into going back, elbow bend. Inhale, upward facing dog. Nose gaze, and your gaze moves to your navel as you pull up to downward dog. And then find that rhythmic breathing. Exhale for 2. Inhale. Exhale. Fourth time. And last exhale, see if you can grow the length of your spine. Lift your hips up and back. Bend your knees if you'd like to try jumping forward or just step lightly. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, fold forward. And that inhale, slowly come to stand, grow towards the sun. And exhale, bring down your arms. Then bring your feet to hip distance apart. Elephant pose. Let's take it into a really deep tuck. So really go down low, nice open feet, elbows and hands together. So whatever low is for you, just really get down there. Make some nice big elephant footprints into the earth. Steady your mind. Connect with your breath. 4, one more time. Then we need some power to press those feet and release up. And coming to forward fold, sliding your fingers under your toes on each side and bringing down your head. 5 breaths. You can experiment with drawing your elbows away from each other if you would like, and see how that activates the upper body. Stay in the balls of your feet. Pressing your hands into the earth with your feet, just the right amount. Taking one more breath. Long spine for the exhale. One hand at a time comes out. Find your waist and breathe to stand up. Turning out on your mat to the right side and turn your right toes to face the back corner of your mat. So we have that side lunge position where you bend the knee in that same direction. The other foot's going to try to turn all the way back to the front of the mat. And that hand is in the stop sign. The other hand comes behind your skull. So side lunge variation. Concentrate on 4 different actions in the limbs. In the gesture of protection and fearlessness. One more deep breath. Impermanent forms. And over to the other side, release. So head your left toes to the corner of the mat along with the knee. Right toes try to turn all the way out to the back of the mat. The balance is a little tricky. Left hand behind your skull, right hand up, palm facing out. 5 breaths. Look at that palm facing out hand. Where do you feel the work in your energy body? Is it a heart pose? Is it a sacrum? One more time, take a deep breath. And then release these actions, coming to Utthita Konasana, which is the goddess pose. Really turning out both sets of toes and then bending your knees, sinking down. So don't fall over, angle your toes forward as needed. Palms press, rest into the heart center. Just working with centeredness today. Remember to keep the feet open and spread the weight evenly. And definitely don't let your knees cave inward in this pose. So you might have a lot of energetic reaching to open the legs from each other. One more breath. Use inhale energy to straighten and take your heels out to the side so you have your wide parallel feet. Catch your waist, lengthen your spine. So there's a little pressing down on your pelvis as you come into this variation. So that pressing down on the pelvis lengthens the spine, and you can draw your elbows towards each other on your back. Uplift in the low belly. Crown Chakra pose here, reaching the head towards the earth, grounding your brain. One more time. And then bring your hands down to the floor and go over to your right leg to come up into triangle. So turn out your right foot and your hip. Open up the arms, reaching up and down. Relax your shoulder off your ear. Deeply breathe again. And then release back to center, walking through to the other side to grow from the ground up today in triangle. As your legs are ready, reach your arms up and down, lengthen your neck. Definitely some Manipura, the belly chakra, where this pose radiates from. Anchoring there. And last breath. Release back to your wide parallel feet and come up the center from there. Make your way to the top third of your mat. Taking Parsvottanasana legs, so a right leg straight back, straight legs. We'll just stay with that foundation today, taking the left arm up and bending your elbow to come behind your skull. And then use your other arm to optionally try to assist, try to stretch out that front side of your upper arm. Just hold steady with the legs. Last breath. And release your arms. Warrior A, we need a little more space between the feet so you can bend out the knee. Pelvis forward. This is a nice earthing pose. Shoulders down and up your arms. Rest your hands together. Lift your chin. Keep your neck long, your shoulders down. And you can take your eyes up if you'd like to your thumbs or keep them on your nose. If your neck's sensitive at all, keep a downward gaze. All these actions going on, just try to be present with the whole thing. Meditate upon it. And then just finish one more breath. Bring down your hands and feel how the energy changes when we open to the side for the B variation. My back foot is walking back to make space. Make sure your front knee stays centered, then reach your arms. This is a nice place to release upper body tension, as well as in the hips and legs. Let your arms float with your breathing. And just meditate upon the quality of the shape. Where do you feel a lot of sensation? Those footprints are pretty deep in this pose. Last time, breathing out. One step at a time, step back to the top of your mat to do the other side. Exhale, grounding. Parsvottanasana legs, just the step straight back, square to the front. Shoulders down, right arm up, so shoulder can stay down when your arm goes up. Bend your elbow to clear the back of your skull, coming down your spine. Other arm reaches and gives a little assist. Mindful stretching. Breathe into that chest and let the breath help release tension. And just one more time. Exhale and soften, letting go. Warrior A, if you need a little more space between your feet, just work it out, work them away from each other. Pelvis squares to the front, shoulders down, arms reach. Feel your hands resting together. Feel your feet resting into the earth. And then lift your chin, stretch the underside of your neck a little bit there. Eyes to the nose tip or the thumbs. All good. What brings you the most meditative experience here today? Fourth breath, maybe a little tail tucking energy to help ground your pelvis. And change to Warrior B with a little transition time. Turn the hips to the side, changing the back leg, checking in on the front knee, of course, and then floating arms with breath. Breathing out just one more time. Release to the top of your mat. Stepping the feet about as wide as your mat. Easy wide feet stance. Taking Pran Mudra, where you touch the bottom two fingers with your thumbs. This is the Earth Mudra, Pran like prana. And so we're just going to do our balance pose time here on both feet. So we stay really close to the earth. In a visualization here, either imagine yourself as a tree or picturing a tree in front of you. Just in your mind, create tree. When you inhale, breathe down into the roots. Nourish the roots with your inhalation. And when you breathe out, let energy rise to the crown. Do that several more times. So we normally think of inhale as upward energy. Let inhale be downward energy. Let exhale be upward energy. Even as your body's grounding, let the energy change. Try that once more. Inhale, roots. Exhale, sky. And then reach up your arms, step out your legs nice and wide, and just be in star pose for a moment where we just embrace the space between earth and sky in a relaxed way. Hands are relaxed. We're reaching without effort. Last time. And when your breath comes out, float down your arms. And step in for a moon pose, just to include the moon in the mix. Good. As close as possible. Hip distance is also fine. For half moon, where we do a standing side bend with the palms pressing and the legs together, right over to the side, just the right amount. Concentrate. Don't hold back. See if you can grow a little bit while you hold. This is definitely a Mula Bandha pose, as well as the Uli Uddiyana. And gently come up and rest down your hands. So concentrate on balancing on a narrow platform here, firming the legs, pressing them into each other. Arms up, side bend, other side. Press that lower hand into the upper hand for support. 2. See if you can grow now that you're here. 3. Last breath. Exhale, navel to the spine, and that helps you come up safely, breathing in and breathing out to forward fold. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, go back to Anjaneyasana with your right leg going back. Bring down your knee. Have a moment if you need to lay out a blanket for cushioning. Make sure your shoulders are downward, and then bring your knee towards your toes. Stay on your knee, or try reaching towards the floor if you like, and refine, reside your back knee if needed. Where do you feel this in your body? Where energetically? Second chakra activating. Breathe out. One more time. Ease back to Hanuman's pose. Just slide your hands back. Draw your legs straight and pull back your toes. Fold in. You control the amount of sensation. For your last breath, see if you can bow in a little closer to your leg. Bring your hands forward again to release your leg back, taking the second side. Anjani's pose. Low lunge with the knee coming forward. Hands on the knees, knee or the floor today. And here, one way to support this pose is with the subtle core of the Mula Bandha. If you'd like to close your eyes and just try to connect a little with your pelvic floor, drawing that area gently in towards the center and up into the body like a candle flame. Subtle stuff. But we're connecting, we're building awareness of that part of our body. It's really important. See how that supports you. One more breath. The root of the body. Hanuman's pose. Bring your hands back as you straighten your front leg. Bow in. Draw back on your toes to any degree. And exhale last time. Release your legs back and keep your knees together or widen them for Balasana with the arms overhead to start. Child's pose is totally an earth pose. Begin to let your arms relax now. Bring your elbows down. Let your head come down, your forehead towards your knees. Begin to slide your hands closer to you. Flip over to the back of your hands and drape your arms and shoulders, breathing 5 more times. Dropping into the quality of this pose, combining forward fold calmness with lots of earthing. Last breath. And then a little playful swim and slide out onto your belly. Reach your arms and legs really long. And just see how long you can be on your belly. Reach through your toes, reach through your fingers. Don't bring your shoulders up though. Keep your shoulders off your ears. Your neck is long and your head can reach. Then reach your right arm, lift your right arm and your left leg, so opposite. Keep that sense of reaching and openness. Stretch as long as you can. Way more important than height here is the reach. So just straight and reaching. One more breath. And relax down. Everything relaxes. Other side, reach your left arm and your right leg. Long with a relaxed neck. So if your face is down, not overly gripping the muscles of your legs. Just reach. One more breath. And release. Hands come in by your chest and bring your legs together for Cobra Pose with an opportunity to grow in this pose. So we have an inward drawing of the elbows, an outward spiraling in the hands, legs gathered together. Feel your mula. Inhale, lift up your chest and keep lifting till you come to an interesting place. Don't hurt yourself. Tuck your tail, use mula bandha. Make sure you can still breathe or go lower. Intentionally creating some openness in the front body and then coming on down. Sliding your right knee up beside you on the floor. Coming to half frog. So coming to a soft and still yin pose. Bringing the torso and arms over towards that bent knee side a little bit and turn your head one way and rest. Let everything go soft. Balance in breath and out breath. Balance space and time. Belly on the earth, we can connect with that comforting, stabilizing, and revitalizing energy of the earth. Let it come into your body. And let's bring it over to the other side. So slow releasing is part of yin, is just letting the tissues have a moment to change shape and go to the other side. Make sure your head's comfortable. Turn your head and relax everything. Where do you feel the energy in your body? Also, which way is energy flowing? The springtime energy has an upward direction, so you might just feel a sense of the earth growing into you. You're resting into it. A little bit longer, soft and still. Exhaling, starting to straighten out your leg. Bring your torso back to center as well. And open up your hands, press forward and down into them to come up and take quarter dog, tucking your toes under, sinking back your hips. Bring your head down. Exhale. Inhale, pull up to tabletop position. And trying some hip circling here. So just going towards the right, starting with that small circle. And letting that circle widen out so you can kind of come back through child's pose. A little bit playful and free. Taking one more to the right. And be in the center. Round your spine, tuck your chin, tuck your tail. Try to round the entire back. Breathe out some tension you find. One more breath. Relax it back to neutral and circle hips to the left. So a small circle and then ever widening circles. All the way back towards child's pose as you go to the back. Twice more. And then pull back in the center. And let's add a threading needle option. So you can either do it with wide child's pose, threading needle, or tabletop threading needle. So they're similar, it's just whether the hips are more up or down. Palm faces up, slide it through, carefully come to the side of your skull. Use your other hand for support. Creating a twist of your spine, pressing into the right hand. Some interesting perspective from here. Maybe you'll see something new. Complete a breath. And carefully come out, opening out to the side, breathing in. And coming to center. Second side. So you can rest into each other if you like, choosing to be more back with your hips or not. Sliding through, lowering carefully. So this coming in is very important. You want to keep your neck long. Use your left hand to create a twist of your spine. Just the right amount. Make sure you can breathe well. Your breath will tell you if you're doing more than you should. And just one more slow breath with a sense of growing and releasing, opening. And then press your way up and out, adding an inhale as you reach. And release. Come to seated if you want to do an up dog and down dog, or just a down dog. Straighten out and come through and sit down. Feeling free to pop a blanket underneath your hips if you like. All right. Janu Shirsasana. So whichever foot is closest to you, let's just keep it simple. Keep that foot there and let the other leg straighten out. We'll do both sides. And not reaching up, but just coming out towards your leg, lengthening your torso, reaching out your arms. And so the bent knee side, that's the arm that's going to come second to reach. So if you're catching your foot, let that one come second. And rest your head down, head, knee pose, knee, head pose. Fourth breath. And release your breath one more time. Inhale, come up and change sides. Exhale, lean forward and ease out, taking the bent knee side hand across second if you're catching that way. Knees can be bent, all that. Exhale last time. Breathe in, gently rising up. And folding both legs in to take fire lugs pose. So the beginning of it would just be to take your feet from close to you and start to bring them out. Ultimately, we're trying to stack our shin bones. So we're going to work with ourselves and our bodies, very protective of our knees. Just gently lift one of your legs and rest it upon the other. So you'll need to customize this as with all things. Keep the feet a little bit bright. You may be just fine right here, or you may want a little bit of a forwardness. So hinge forward, really honoring maybe some deep releasing in the hips. Can bring up emotions. Just don't push it. Here we're meditating on just the right amount, finding that healthy boundary within our own body. 2 more slow breaths. And exhale. Feel complete with that side. Taking some time to come up and carefully release. And taking the other side, bright feet, carefully stack. Work with yourself, so it's okay if it's more of an easy pose with the feet further away. So stacking anything works. I remember which leg I had on top. And consider a little forward hinging or a lot, whatever your body says. Where is that boundary where the good sensation is interesting but respectful? Continue to relax. 5 slow breaths. If you find some more space, go into it. Twice more, slowly, slowly. And last breath. Walk in. Carefully release your legs. Straighten it out and lie down. So practicing this on a regular basis strengthens your core. So reach your hands towards your feet, reach your head towards your feet, and let your spine round as you go back. So your heels will drag and slow you down, and then your body will land on the earth. Bring in your right knee, catch it with your hands on your shin, and draw it into your body. Letting the other leg be straight with the toes pointing. Find center back of your skull. And breathe out one more time. Let your leg fall open to the side like a tree pose on your back. Or like the Janushirasana legs, one out to the side bent, one straight. And you could let your arms come into a tree shape if you like, and just think of being a resting tree. Letting your leg gently open to the side. And breathing out last time. Feel your navel grounding as you exhale. And then changing the legs, sliding one out, drawing the other one in. Catch your shin, squeeze your knee towards your chest, point your other toes, and center your skull. And 5, breathe out. Open to the side, rest down your leg. Relax, take 5 breaths. Wherever your arms feel good. Relaxing tree. Breathe out one more time. Bring both feet to the floor, bridging up one time. Keep growing as you bridge. Keep lifting gently. Engage your mula. Reaching the very top of your lift up. And then softly coming back down. Bring your arms by your sides and lift your feet off the floor and your feet to the sky. Bring your arms up and then take the hands together, feet together, away from each other till you feel a little bit of a challenge in your belly. So you feel some strength in your front body and hold there. So your sacrum is still nice and grounded. Don't let your low back lift too much. Just do the right amount. But you should feel some strengthening in your center. Stay calm. And take one more breath. And then bring your legs up to relieve them. Elbows to the floor and let your legs just rest upside down for a few moments. Your hands lightly supporting on your thighs. Feel the energy of the feet resting into each other. Feel the weight of the whole legs resting down into the earth. And then bend your knees and bring your knees into your chest. And then slowly stretch out into Shavasana, which is definitely an earth pose, is a root chakra pose. Give yourself some time for comfort, arranging. So we want to feel aligned and relaxed with support under our knees or heads or warmth over us, whatever helps you relax. And taking a few moments just to release tension throughout the body, maybe wiggling in the toes and then letting them be still. Letting that softness travel up the leg bones to the pelvis. Letting the legs release and relax open. Feeling where your back body touches the earth. Letting the back of the ribs ground and letting that help your shoulders rest downward. They're connected to your ribs. And then the arms, the bones of the arms relax open and all the way out into the hands and fingers. Bring your awareness back to your breathing. And just let a sweet and gentle breath flow. Give your breath permission to take on its own patterns again. Just let it be free. Observing the energy of the body. And giving little sounds to each of the 7 major energy centers so that there's a harmonious flow in the central channel. So the root chakra, let the muscles there be very relaxed. Lam. the second chakra, the pelvis and the sacrum. Vam. Manipura, the third chakra at the belly center, is Ram. If you want to join in, Ram. Traveling up to the heart center, its seed sound is Yam. Yam. The front of your neck is your throat, is Ham. Ham. At the third eye and the crown, we sing Om. Or just listen. Om. Letting those areas feel harmonized so energy flows freely. Next, inhalation that comes into your body, let it be rich and deep. Welcome it with some energy into your body, into your being. Take it in and then let it go. Repeating. One more time. The inhale, let it be the growth of the season, the growth that you want to bring into yourself. And the exhale, let it be the letting go of anything you no longer need. Let's take a really easy twist on the back to release from our stillness. So just let your knees go easy over to one side. Letting your head and your arms go the other way. And relax like a cat resting in the sun. The peace of wild things. We're connected with our own true nature from our practice time. And let that shape be found on the other side in a similar way. It doesn't have to be the same. Just let your body find something nice in a resting twist, second side. And exhale, soft. Bring yourself to sitting by rocking up or just going off to one side. Coming to Padmasana or your version of Lotus Pose, which is your easy pose, wherever you're working with this. But now that the body's more warm, you can take a deeper seated pose, even if just a little bit deeper. And let's come back to the Ushas Mudra, the origin of all things, woven fingers. Sitting gently tall and relaxed. Lam Vam Ram Yam Ham Om Om. Have a moment with your own heart. And remembering that ability to soften the brain energy into the third eye. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. We go down and reach into the earth with our bow. Thanks for joining me for practice. I'm glad the internet worked out.